Good morning, everyone. Namaste. We are going to call in Neville Goddard because we are going to be reading out of my Neville Goddard handbook, and it's Manifestation Techniques and Teachings. And we're moving on to Persist, Persist, Persist. It says, man fails to do the work of Jesus Christ because he attempts to accomplish them from his present level of consciousness. You will never transcend your present accomplishments through sacrifice and struggle. Your present level of consciousness will only be transcended as you drop the present state and rise to a higher level. You rise to a higher level of consciousness by taking your attention away from your present limitations and placing it upon that which you desire to be. Do not attempt this in daydreaming or wishful thinking, but in a positive manner. Claim yourself to be the thing desired. I am that no sacrifice, no diet, no human tricks. All that is asked of you to accept your desires. If you dare to claim it, you will express it. Neville Goddard. So amazing. When he said, I am, he's talking about God within. That no sacrifice, no diet, no human tricks. In the profound teachings of Neville Goddard, we find a cornerstone principle that fundamentally alters our approach to manifesting our desires and transcending our current realities. It says Goddard posits that our present level of consciousness, shaped by our accumulated beliefs, thoughts, and emotions, set boundaries of our achievements. To surpass these limitations, one must not rely on sacrifice or struggle, but rather on elevating to a higher state of consciousness. This elevation is achieved by shifting our focus from our current limitation to embodiment of our desires. So obviously Neville Goddard has shifted to Christ consciousness, and that is why all these little things that he's saying are pretty much stating that. And as somebody who else is ascending to Christ consciousness, I can pick up and understand what he's saying. So you have to be at the vibrational level to be able to comprehend and understand and read between the lines. It's kind of like how Jesus used to talk in parables. It's similar to that aspect. At the heart of consciousness creation lies the challenge and the necessity to persist in our assumptions until they solidify into tangible reality. Our assumptions about ourselves and others in the world sculpt our experiences and manifest as physical facets of our lives, embodying our deepest desires. However, between the inception of intention and its crystallization into our living reality, there exists a temporal buffer, a period that tests our patience and resolve, are leading many to abandon their creative endeavors prematurely. So that is something I've been going through for, I don't know, it feels like forever, like 2-3 years it feels like. But you're like in this hermit phase where you have to break off from all these toxic relationships and let go of all these negative things that are no longer serving your best and your highest good, so that you can elevate your frequency to a higher vibrational frequency to work with Source, God of all that is, as well as your team of light, and your God within, activating your I am, your monad, Christ consciousness, so that you can become one with God energy and the flow of it. So instant manifestation occurs. This temporal lag so most people give up because this is a difficult phase and it lasts quite a while. It's shedding of your ego, It's having empathy for all. It's unity consciousness. And it's very difficult. And you're not going to see any results during that time. So you're going to get frustrated and give up and start to question and doubt the process. And what they're telling you is if you push through that and you stick with it, on the outside of it, on the other side of it, the side of the rainbow of it, you create heaven on earth. So this temporal lag between desire and manifestation, while disheartening to some, is a fundamental aspect of the manifestation process. It necessitates a departure from the instant gratification we are accustomed to, urging us to embrace patience, mental reprogramming, and the reframing of our past experiences. This rewards of such efforts, however, are boundless, empowering us to become an architects of our destiny, transcending the role of mere spectators to our circumstances. Consider the analogy of a gardener planting a seed. This act, though simple, requires deliberate effort and patience. The process of manifesting one's reality is akin to gardening. It demands attention, care, and time. Essentially, you are ridding yourself of all the trauma, all the hate, all the fear, all the judgment, all the lack for yourself and everyone else around you. And you're cutting out relationships that aren't allowing you to evolve past that. So it's very difficult, and it seems like it's never ending, and you start to question, what am I doing? But you have to stick with it, and your guides will continually give you that, they'll continually give you those things that are needed for you to stay on that journey. A butterfly, a cardinal, a sunset, a beautiful sunset, a rainbow, etc. So it says, our minds, is if left unintended, become overgrown with the weeds of limiting beliefs and past traumas. Exactly. So you have to rid yourself of everything no longer serving you, anything of a lower vibrational frequency. The practice of meditation and the deliberate clearing of these mental obstructions prepare the soil of our minds, making it receptive to the seeds of our desires. Neville emphasizes the importance of the mental preparation through the practice of revision, a technique aimed at remaining and transforming past experiences to align with our desired state of being. Once our mental ground is fertile and free of the weeds of the past, we can sow the seeds of our desires with confidence. So I'm going to leave it at that. I don't want to quit reading because it's like where I'm at in my journey. But just understand this, that's part of the reason why Jesus came down here, is to show us how to do this and to think about it. If he can get up, be on the cross and have all that stuff occur to him, what we have going on in our lives is never going to be comparable to that. And I think that's why he did that, is to show us that if he can get through that and ascend, you can too. So I love you all. Have a blessed day, and namaste.